headed back to ThatPhanom. Had a great trip. Fun, huh? We needed to get Paige's passport. Got that done. Now she doesn't have to worry about that for another 10 years, huh? Udon is like one of our favorite places to go in Thailand. Not just because it's close to the house, but it's a big city full of all kinds of things to do. If you're an expat thinking about moving to Thailand and you don't want to live in the crazy parts, or you want to be in a place that's kind of out of the way but has an awesome airport that you could fly anywhere in Thailand, the airport in Udon has direct flights to many places like Chiang Mai, Phuket, all over Thailand. It's a really big international airport. There's about 130,000 people in the town of Udon, so it's pretty big. But every time we come here, we like to show what's available, and we have many videos in Udon. But as far as we just met a friend of mine yesterday that we usually meet every time we come up here, Jimmy. I did an interview with him about 3 years ago, and he doesn't eat Thai food. He really hasn't adapted much to the Thai style, other than he's really kind of relaxed and sabai, but he's lived here almost 20 years, and he doesn't really eat Thai food, but he lives here in Isan, in Udon, and I made a video you guys can watch about how he survives in Thailand without liking Thai food and other things. But a very happy guy, but very big giant malls in Udon, a lot of shopping for Western foods. We just went to one yesterday called the cheese something. I don't remember. Yeah, cheese to meet you. And a nice little shop. Went there for the first time. Plenty of Western restaurants. Udon also has a lot of nightlife. In the Nutty Park area, there's a lot of little bar sections, like a little mini walking street. And a lot of nightlife and a lot of other foreigners to hang out with. Now, I would say the foreigners that live out here are a little bit different. Most of them are retirement age, and not like, not that there's anything wrong with it, but like Pattaya and Phuket brings a lot younger crowd from all over the world. But here in Isan, it's mostly people that live here permanently, and it's just a better atmosphere here. Well, I guess for me anyway, in Udon. We're able to travel anywhere in Isan right now, but things change every 2 weeks, so the rules change and what you can and can't do during this time. So as of right now, we can travel just about anywhere in Isan without having to do any quarantine when we come back. Because if we travel to the tourist areas, we may be able to get in if we do the test, the real test. But we have to do 2 weeks of quarantine when we come home, and I'm really not into that. So we're gonna wait it out till the next restrictions are lifted, or whatever changes. We'll figure it out as we go. But I think we're at the peak of this chaos, and I think we're on the downside real soon. Okay, let's go home to Mafia. Also, if you like parks and exercise, Udon has a couple of really big parks, quite a few, I think. Walking parks, bicycling, really nice areas to go exercise in Udon. Another good thing about Udon is if you don't want to live in the city, it's a lot of rural areas just outside of Udon, really close to the city. Or if you want to be close to Nong Khai, it's not that far from Nong Khai on the river also. I'm not much of a city person. I don't really care for it. It's fun to visit. we're home มาฟิยาทำอะไรครับ
ข้าวกินนี่ไหมไหมเจียง
เอาครับ
มะม่วงอร่อย
Okay, here we are in Jack's Pharmacy. I wanna try to get maybe like a little word of the week or something from you. Maybe not a word, but like an explanation of the word.
Okay.
But today, let me put my mask on. I know nobody's in here and we're blocked by like stuff, so. Cut. Let me cut that out.
Yes.
Yeah, let me cut that out. Okay. Today we are in Jack's Pharmacy and I want to ask him some pharmacy questions. Maybe once a week we can get Jack to help us maybe with a word explanation or maybe some pharmacy knowledge stuff. But so what I want to ask Jack is some of the accessibilities of some of the most common things that we ask for when coming overseas or to Thailand or stuff like that. So activated charcoal. You have that here?
Yes, of course.
Can I see one?
Yes. Here.
So how do you recommend taking this?
The activated charcoal, ใช่ไหม
Yeah.
Normally this one you can take like a 2 capsule. It's some company there will be in like a tablet, but this company it come like a capsule here.
How do you know when you should take that?
The activated charcoal, right? Actually, this one can absorb the things like the bacteria thing inside the stomach, right? If you feel something wrong with your stomach, like you're gonna get the diarrhea or something like that, make your stomach not in a normal condition.
Right, you can take a couple of those.
For me, I just recommend 2 capsules because there is powder inside, right?
Right.
Maybe 1 capsule is not enough.
So would it be harmful to like, let's say I'm not really familiar with the foods and I'm going to a fresh market and I'm going to eat something on a stick. Would it be dangerous for me to take this prior to eating the food? Can I take this before I eat?
Normally, all the medication, we shouldn't take it before. I mean, this one is not something to prevent. But there are still something like disinfectation of this one also. Because it can absorb everything, so it can absorb the thing that will be good for you.
Good bacteria as well.
Correct.
So you want to limit your use to that, right? Unless you're really feeling like you're not feeling well, I guess, right?
There are 10 capsules, right? If you complete this 10 capsules and you still get the symptoms or you didn't get well or better, you should go to see a doctor to investigate more.
My next question is, see, in the West, we have to get a prescription anytime we need any kind of antibiotics.
Correct.
Because there's a lot of antibiotics, and a lot of times we're only familiar with a certain kind of biotic. We don't understand. A lot of people don't realize that there's a lot of different antibiotics for different infections. So, are you able to help guide somebody on what kind of? This might be a strange question to you, but in America, like the pharmacy can't really recommend it. You just bring a prescription from the doctor. So are you able to actually sell us and recommend what kind of medication that we need for that, for a bacterial infection or any kind of open wound or something?
Okay. I have to say this. We have, I mean, my teachers told me about discussing about the prescription medication, which means that we used to think about some like the antibacterial drug or antibiotic drug should categorize in the medication prescription, right? But the problem is that the cost or the money. If you have, let's say, if the people, I mean, the folks, if they have to go to see a doctor for only the diarrhea or just common infection like the wound, they have to pay for the cost of travel, the cost for the doctor, and finally the cost for pharmacy, right? So that's why in Thailand we decide some common infection be able to prescribe by a pharmacist. And as your question about which antibiotics or which drug, it depends on the cause of infection. For example, if you got a wound, right, you have to use the specific things like a cloxacillin or dicloxacillin, which is the same thing in the same group of penicillin, right? But if you get more complicated or just more infections, you have to see a doctor to investigate more. I just want to say this is kind of the primary level.
Okay, a couple little short ones.
Yes. You can ask more.
He doesn't have any customers right now, so I'm entertaining him, right? Do I need a prescription for diabetic?
GM,
yeah, for anything diabetic, like some kind of insulin, or do you supply insulin or any of that stuff here?
No.
Or in other pharmacies, do they have it?
No. Normally the insulin thing, the vaccine thing, or the thing like a need to keep in special place, like in a fresh or in controlled temperature. You have to see a doctor, and normally it's stored in the hospital. Okay,
so is it a pharmacy in the hospital typically?
Yes, but before get that, you have to register, and you have to see a doctor.
Okay,
that's a rule of in the hospital.
Okay, but it is pretty. All that stuff is available easily in Thailand, though, right?
Normally, it comes in a pill, and especially in a chronic disease, which means that like a refill medication. If you have your own medication, I mean, if you show us like a this drug, we may have different company, but we can. Investigate for you, or we can find you easily.
What's the most common name brand that they use for diabetic?
Normally metformin.
Okay.
Metformin is very common.
Okay. One more question.
Yes.
And if you guys got some questions for me to annoy Jack with later, leave them in the comment section. So if I wanted to come over here and I want to buy some kind of like something for, what is the correct term for that?
Sidigra.
Huh? No, I mean, what is the symptom?
Electrolyte dysfunction.
Yeah, that. So if you have some kind of some dysfunction down there, is that easily purchased in Thailand, or is that something that you have to go to a doctor and get a prescription for?
Frankly speaking, this kind of thing is a prescription medication need.
Right.
But you guys, I mean, who are watching this may say like, oh, is it easy for me to find?
Yeah,
I agree with that. You know, in Thailand we still have the problem, like many pharmacies don't have the real pharmacists working there. That's a problem, and this caused many of drugs not available for you guys.
I see.
And it's easy, from my experience also, it's easy to find the thing that you need prescription, but in a real life you don't have to get that.
So like if they were in Pattaya or Phuket, it probably could walk in and they could probably find it easily. Anyway, I don't know why I mentioned that. You guys probably know more about that than me, but yeah, Jack is a certified pharmacist. Of course, that's a smaller version of Jack. Just kidding.
That's a problem. And you can find any medications there, because I used to work there. I know that the real thing. I don't want to say in the like a theory, right?
Yeah.
But what I'm gonna tell you that the fact is that you have to get the prescription. You have to see a pharmacist.
Right.
But in real life, you may
Right.
not.
Right.
This is a problem, and it's a chronic problem.
I got one more sneaky question for you.
Yes.
You got your vaccination for COVID,
Yes, I already got two.
and you took your second one.
Yeah, I complete the course already.
So which one did you take?
Sinovac for sure.
What will you say for sure? Was that your choice?
I didn't have no choice.
Uh-huh.
This is a kind of most popular question. My friend asking me also.
Right.
I would say in a short, I prefer the thing like maybe Pfizer, AstraZeneca, or Moderna. The thing that I can see the statistic effectiveness, right? But in this difficult time,
Right.
For whatever reason, I think get something. Maybe get nothing.
Right.
Some people may worry about the side effect. I'm quite understand the side effect, but for me, I have investigate. I have do some research about this, and right now 2 million people in Thailand already got that vaccine, and the side effect.
The Sinovac.
Correct. The side effect is very, very tiny, and there's some rumors about the like a serious side effect or the death case, but comparing to the number of people die every day about the COVID, I think I should get this vaccine because I have to see the people who are the patients come to me every day, right?
Well, very good of you. So, did you have any weird symptoms or anything?
I would say I have like hungry, right? This is the thing that my friend also agreed with me.
He actually told me that before. I said, "Okay, Jack, did you have any symptoms?"
My main symptom or main side effect was
Hungry, okay.
More appetite.
So they say the second one could be worse though. So did you have a problem?
I think it's the same thing, and you may feel like a little bit sleepy, maybe 1 or 2 days, and everything gone.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Jack, for sharing that with us, and we'll annoy you again in another video later on.
Thank you. See that.
Wow, that century egg. Looks like we're gonna have an awesome dinner tonight. I just got a call from Chelsea's, and she's postponed the apartment or hotel review because she's having an issue with plumbing. So got to get all the bugs worked out before it's 5 o'clock. Actually, it's almost 5:30. She's got to get the bugs worked out before she can allow customers to come in there. So I don't know, maybe a couple days. Anyway, we got to try out that new beer that we got at Villa Market. I was gonna try it the other night, but I forgot. So we'll wait for Matt Dim to get here, and we'll do another COVID test. Okay, we're gonna try this beer out. It says chill before opening. It's chilled. Gently tilt the can side to side to rouse the protein and yeast. Now you're ready to see a snowfall. Okay, let's.
I don't know what that was.
Gently tilt. I have a feeling it's going to explode now.
จะสั่นหลายๆ
The
มันจะระ
fan's
เบิดอ
going
อก
to
มา
blow into me. Phanomphanaruk. Go ahead and do it. I'm going to film it a video.
โอ้ยใส่คนพูดกินมากจะเป็นร้านจะไม่ได้กินอันนี้เนี่ยมีทางชิมเบียร์อะไรก็ไม่รู้
I don't see any snow.
กินแล้วมันจะกินเบียร์น้ำเอาเนี่ยชิมจะก้อนนี่ชิมเดี๋ยวนี้
Tell them this is a COVID test.
เมื่อกี้บอกเทสจะมีโควิดเทส
Okay? Okay.
ดมสักกันแล้วก็ชิมหอมไหม
How do you say smell?
สแมลดม
Dome? Like that
เคย
dome?
แมวดม
อะไรนี่
Okay, let's try it. First off, we have to smell dome, dome mai.
ดมอร่อย
Dome. Hom mai. Hom.
น้ำหอม
มานอน
Okay, now we need to taste it. See if we can taste it.
อ่า
Okay.
มันอ่อนเนาะอ่อน
Wow, it's really sweet.
อ๋อคือผลไม้เหรอ
Wine.
หวาน
Mai mi COVID.
ไม่มีก็
Mai mi COVID. Tell him since you could smell it
อ๋อ
and
ยัง
taste it.
ยังรู้จักรสชาติอยู่
ตัวนี้เข้ม
เข้มต้นอ่อน
อ่อนเลยหอม
Oh,
อร่อย
kind of sweet, really sweet. Okay, let's
ผ
eat.
ลไม้เนอะ
ตัวนี้อร่อย
ใจเย็นๆทีละอัน
ขยายหลอดลมนั่นเป็นหูมันดับหัวใจ อร่อยไหม
Okay, let's give this a try. Here we go.
เป็นแกงอย่างฟังพอดีจัดนะก็แย่
It's definitely good. It's a little bit stronger. Well, since we were gone, that was full. I'm pretty sure that was all the way full when we left. But looks like they had a good time while we were gone. Paige wants to thank everybody that sent her PayPal money for beer.
Thank you
Yeah, I know I don't put the PayPal stuff, only the Patreon, but it's difficult to add that in there. But anyway, all that goes to Paige for her beer money, and she appreciates that. Thank you very much. It looks like we're gonna have to refill it. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed our little Udon trip. Got plenty more to come. I hope you come with us on our next adventures. Things are gonna get better. I know it. I just hate to see it like it is. You know, I kind of feel really bad for. Hopefully next month we can travel back to the oceans, really where we want to be. But until then, we'll just we'll make the best of it. We'll see you guys on the next video. Bye.